Hello there, Adam Bazalgette here, founder of Scratch Golf Academy. Today we'll look at chipping 3 different drills using nothing but a pen. I think these will be really helpful for you. You could use a pencil as well, of course. Things you can easily implement next time you're out there practicing. Even the best of players miss a lot of greens, so you must be a reasonable chipper if you're going to score well. So is the plane important when chipping? Absolutely it is. This Charles Howell on both pictures, full shot on the right, even though the camera wobbles a bit. You can see he rides up the plane line early in the backswing. He'd go above that a bit later in the backswing. We still want to do that chipping or pitching, and you can see he's beautifully on his plane. So our first drill is going to give you a feel for how to check that out for yourself. If you like the video, hope you'll subscribe or hit the like button. Let's check out the drill. Simple drill here. I've just stuck the pen in the ground, leaned it back at about the angle of the club, and you can vary how close you want to get to it, but you really should be able to make a little chip shot with no difficulty hitting that. Generally speaking, if you find you're coming in and slapping the pen, let the club rise off the ground a little more abruptly. Conversely, if you're way above it, keep a little more connection with lead arm and body. Let the club stay just a touch lower, but this will really help your playing. Okay, ball position number 2, very important. We'll talk about the correct ball position for you momentarily, but here's how you check it with a pen. Simply put it in your mouth and spit it out there. Once I've moved the club to the side a little bit, that fell right here, which is just about where I wanted it, just about in the middle. It's an easy check. Remember, this is ball position. Even if you move your feet, as so many do, and I'm not against it, towards the target preset, don't use your feet as the ball position when you do that. It's always target line versus your center perpendicular. So that's why when I move the club and drop down from my center, I can tell where the ball is. Now, what's the correct ball position for you? There is no simple, straightforward answer. Generally, slightly back of middle, just a hair back, something like that is about right. But you get different lies. A nice spongy lie, you can play the ball more forward. Tight lie, you're trying to drive it in there low and squeeze it. You'd want to play the ball a little bit more back. We're talking moderate amounts. Most skilled players in the world, they can take a tight lie, play the ball well forward, open the face, and invariably slide the club under it and pop it up. That isn't true of most golfers, so play around with it a little bit, but at least know whether you're getting the ball position you're looking for. Again, slightly back of center is probably about right for most shots, for most people under most conditions. So for our third drill, I'm going to take my grip. I like to choke down a bit and just put that pen under the heel pad, between the grip of the club and the heel pad, under that lead hand there. Now I can start to see what's going on with my wrist action. Let's have a quick look at the pros first. So Charles Howell on the left there, Tiger Woods on the right, and these shots come in different shapes and sizes, but generally you'll see the hands just a little bit ahead of the club head through impact, not as much as on a full swing though. We'll touch on that. Club will brush off the ground a bit there, and approximately as he gets to his finish, the club will look maybe at the tummy, or if you like, between the forearms. Tiger Woods, again, you'll see the arms are softer through the shot than a normal shot. That's most common. Club slides off the turf, and arms, as I say, are a little bit more spread and soft. Okay, let's look at how to use the pen here. Obviously, in a full swing, I'm trying to lean the shaft, compress the golf ball, take a little divot after contact, get some spin and some speed on the shot. I don't recommend a lot of shaft lean here on these chips. If you do, first off, the ball will tend to come off a little bit too low and hard. Secondly, you can start to dig and get stuck, and since you don't have all the body motion and speed you need, or that you'd have for a regular shot, your margin for error shrinks. So I like to see certainly hands leading, but a little bit more of a release. Use the bounce a little bit more. You'll have a lot more forgiveness. So let's choke down. Let me put the club under the heel of that lead hand. You can see there it's just poking a little inside this wrist here. I'm going to get that slightly more on top. There we go. And as I go through, I want to feel like that's right about between my arms when I finish, if that's the kind of slight bounce I want to use through the shot and get that sort of release. Key is, yeah, there it is, right about between my arms there. Not scooped to the back forearm, not stuck up against the lead forearm. That's what I would favor, but again, different shots, tight lie, knockdown shot, maybe you would want it more against the left forearm. The key is, again, get some feedback, dial it in, and don't be, final word of caution, don't be like most golfers they hit and they're so absorbed in the outcome they never really check their finish. In this case, how the pen relates, how it tells them they release the golf club. Okay, some closing thoughts. I hope you found that helpful. Indulge me for just a moment. I've had decades of teaching golf full-time around people. I know how they are. Some people are fantastic learners of golf, not most people though. Just quick tips and fixes with no real application or improvement in your thought process, I'm telling you, highly unlikely to make any significant long-term in your game. So know the principles. These are all simple principles, these things. Get good at the variables, know how to adjust a little bit under different lies and things, and get solid feedback. In this case, a simple pen will give you solid feedback in 3 areas, but you have to do it regularly. I say this to help you. Hope it is helpful to you. Thanks.